Good day, everyone. I am Lovely D Campus, and at this point, I will be going to explain the one of the interdisciplinary unit examples, which is the study free test preparation. Study free test preparation is the to prepare your students for an upcoming exam or standardized test by exploring how to prepare aside from studying and giving them methods to use throughout their careers. And so this study free test preparation is used when these students will have their exam or assessment in order to for them to determine if they truly understand the lesson. And so this study free test preparation, from the word itself, it includes the techniques and the things that you need to do in order to prepare for a certain test, exam, or an assessment. Number one is sleep. It is really important for us to have 8 hours sleep, 7 to 8 hours, because when we lack of sleep, pwede po tayong maging makakalimutin. Pwede rin na medyo mabagal yung pag-function ng brain natin. Yes, it's scientifically approved. And when we lack of sleep, pwede tayong mahilo and maaring maka-apekto ito sa ating health. And so, the advice that I'm going to give you is to at least have a better sleep if you're preparing for a test. Hindi ko sinasabi na huwag kayong mag-review, but then you need to at least complete your sleep hours and huwag na matutulog ng sobrang late. That is why a lot of people advise also that you need to relax or to rest from time to time. Hindi yung magre-review ka lang ng dire-diretso. It's not advisable. And so, sleep is a really important ingredient for preparation for a test. Next is focus and meditation. It is really important for us to clear our mind from moment to moment, because most of the time when we are reviewing for a certain subject, a certain lesson in preparation for a test, may mga time na sobrang bombarded na yung utak natin ng information. And so, sumasakit yung ulo natin, nahihilo tayo, and even we have a lower appetite in eating our meals. And so, after reviewing, you need to back up your mind with meditation, because it is really important for us to clear our mind, to relax our mind, to rest our mind. Kasi kung tayo nga, yung katawan natin, it needs rest, our brain needs rest as well. Another one is nutrition. Yes, hindi mawawala yung pagkain natin ng mga pagkain na masusustansya. And it really helps in conditioning our body and also our mind. There are studies, and it is approved by the scientists, that when you are eating junk foods such as mga chicheria or something that is not nutritious, It slows down the function of your mind, and it dulls your brain function as well. So it means na ang mga junk food ay nakakabobo daw, and it is proven. Okay? And so we need to eat healthy, to consume food that will help us to condition our mind and to help us to grab some nutrients para naman we have those things, those vitamins, those components na healthy na papasok sa ating body. Because a conditioned body has a conditioned mind. And so if we eat healthy, we can also grasp to think healthy and to think positively. It is really important for us to consume this kind of foods kasi para kahit papaano is itong mga pagkain na 'to ay makakatulong sa atin para mag-isip, para ma-retain yung mga nire-review natin. And it is also proven that when you're eating nuts and dark chocolates, consuming those things while reviewing can retain your topic that you are reviewing. It is also true, and yeah, I advise it. There's this quote that says one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. And so, if we listen to our teachers, our instructors, our professors of what he is saying, rather than talking to someone or slashing out of boredom or making noise in order to make fun. Why don't we listen, right? So when we listen to our teachers, we also respect them, and not just respecting them, but to enhancing the learnings that we want to grasp. Remember that when you listen, there's this percent that your brain retains, and it's really helpful. When someone is delivering or discussing the lessons and you are really actively listening, mind you guys that it will really retain on your brain. You will remember that the day that it brings up to you. And so when we actively listen to someone, we we learn so much to the point that when we do our tests, when we answer our test questions, our assessment, it will easily familiarize those terms that you've listened to, those topics that you listened to. And yes, this is really an effective tool to prepare for a test. Because if you want to prepare for a test, you won't study a day before the actual test. You are preparing longer than that. And active listening is one of the long term preparation. So, are there any other tips that you can give me? Please comment down in our section box, and you can also share it with your classmates, with your friends, with your families, those things that I have discussed to you. Okay, so if there are tips, um, actually, one of the tips that I want to add in study free preparation test is to organize your things, to have a to-do list because it is really important for us to organize the things that we need to do, to check those things that we already done doing, and to list down the things that we need to do. And it is really helpful because we can track down our productivity. Okay, so that's it for my discussion. Let me remind you that study free preparation test is not just a day after or a day before the exam. Okay, study free preparation test is a long term preparation for you to really answer the assessments that have prepared for you by your teacher. And so, if you want to prepare for a test, you need to prepare it 2 weeks before the actual assessment. Okay, so no more rushing because it will not help you to understand truly the lesson that your teacher is teaching. So that's it. That is my report. I hope you've learned a lot, and I hope that you will prepare for your test 2 weeks before the exam and not one day before the exam. So that's it. I'm Lovely D Campus. Thank you so much for listening, and I know you've learned a lot. Thank you so much for listening.